Long ago, Earth was a thriving planet, full of bustling cities, green forests, and sparkling rivers. People walked the streets, children played in parks, and the air was clean and fresh. But over time, humans produced more and more waste. Every corner became filled with mountains of trash. Skies darkened, rivers choked, and nature could no longer sustain life. Eventually, Earth became uninhabitable. Humans made the difficult choice to leave, taking their lives into space, seeking new homes among the stars. Left behind were the machines they had created, robots designed to clean up the mess. Among them was Wall-E, a small but resilient garbage-collecting robot. Every day, he rolled across the desolate landscape, sorting through heaps of trash. Whenever he found something interesting, he tossed it straight into his little treasure box. A bent spoon, a cracked toy, a lonely shoe, these became his treasures. One day, Wall-E discovered a small, elegant box unlike anything else he had seen. When he opened it, he found a sparkling ring inside. He didn't know what to make of it. He carefully set the ring aside and kept only the little box, as if understanding that some things are meant to be saved, not worn. Wall-E had been living alone on Earth for over 100 years. The planet's surface was littered with trash, and the air was thick with dust and sand. Once tall buildings and scenic views had turned into towers of garbage. Humans had long since left for life in space. All that remained were countless garbage-collecting robots, many now broken and lifeless. Occasionally, a spaceship would come by to haul trash into space. Giant screens played humanity's dreams on repeat. We'll come back once Earth is beautiful again. But Earth didn't transform back into the paradise they imagined. Only resilient Wall-E kept working every single day. Slowly, he began to develop feelings, even learning to repair his worn-out parts on his own. Though lonely, he had created a little home for himself. After finishing work, he would return home, switch on his small lamp, and neatly park his treads as if taking off shoes. He would play his favorite old movies all night long, captivated by the romantic scenes, especially the moments where people held hands. Before sleeping, he'd feed his treasured cookies to his little cockroach companion and curl up in a box on the shelf to rest. In the mornings, Wall-E would wake up low on power. He dragged his treads into the sunlight, charging for hours, then returned to his endless work of compacting trash into cubes and stacking them neatly. And then one day, he discovered something extraordinary, a small green plant, delicate and fragile, sprouting from the barren soil. Like a star in the darkness, it shimmered, and Wall-E's mechanical heart seemed to skip a beat. He carefully dug it up and placed it inside a stinky old shoe, treating it as the most precious treasure in his collection. Just as he returned home, a massive spaceship descended from the sky, landing on a nearby empty field. The hatch opened, and a mechanical arm lowered an object resembling an eggshell. With a few swift commands, it transformed into a high-tech robot. Her sleek white body and bright electronic eyes instantly mesmerized Wall. The spaceship lifted off again, leaving Eve behind. For the first time in over a century, Wall-E's loneliness had a spark of life. Eve began scanning the area immediately, searching for something important. Wall-E followed her from a distance, never taking his gaze off her. But Eve's way of working was precise, methodical, and sometimes frightening. Even the slightest disturbance triggered her scanning and powerful defensive systems. It was the first time Wall-E had seen such technology, and he hid in awe and fear. Gradually, Eve noticed him. She scanned him thoroughly, and once satisfied he was just an old garbage robot, she continued her mission. Wall-E's own work began to fade into the background. Trash remained uncompressed, treasures went unfound. His days became entirely focused on following Eve, learning from her movements, trying to understand her purpose. The ruins around them were harsh, filled with dust and debris, and every gust of wind or passing sandstorm was a challenge. Wall-E tried to shield Eve, to guide her, and to get her attention. Though they didn't speak the same language, their small gestures became a way of connecting. He showed her his treasures, items that might have looked like garbage to anyone else, but held meaning to him. Gradually, Eve began to notice him, a tiny robot always trailing behind her. Then, a massive sandstorm swept through, yellow dust filling the air. Wall-E hurriedly led Eve back to his little home for shelter. Inside, she saw his world for the first time, filled with collected items, spinning egg beaters, bubble wrap, ancient light bulbs, and trinkets from humans long gone. Wall-E showed each item with pride. Finally, he revealed his most treasured possession, an old movie. As the scenes flickered, Wall-E watched intently, especially the hand-holding moments. He tried to mimic the dancing, inviting Eve, but he was clumsy and damaged his own parts. Luckily, he had spare pieces and quickly repaired himself. When Wall-E showed Eve the green plant, her systems activated. She confirmed the plant's significance and stored it in her chest compartment. Then she went into standby mode, motionless, leaving Wall-E worried and confused. For days, he stayed by her side, shielding her from rain, thunder, and sandstorms, never leaving. He continued his routine, charging her on the roof, sorting trash, exploring, and collecting. Though she did not respond, Wall-E's devotion never wavered. Then, one day, the ground shook. A massive rumble echoed across the sky. The spaceship returned, descending slowly. A mechanical arm lifted the sleeping Eve. Wall-E gave chase, calling her name, running as fast as he could. As the spaceship prepared to take off, he grabbed onto its exterior, leaving the home he had guarded for centuries. His journey into space had begun. He clung to the outside of the ship, seeing the real universe for the first time. The sun close enough to charge his batteries, nebulas, meteors, and galaxies flying past. After what seemed like forever, a massive space station appeared. The Axiom, home to the humans now living in space. When Wall-E accidentally made his way inside, he caused chaos. No cleaning robot had ever seen such a dirty machine, and they chased him, scrubbing, wiping, and buzzing around. Meanwhile, Eve was taken inside the ship. Wall-E followed, navigating moving platforms, endless corridors, and shiny futuristic rooms. He finally saw humans, living in floating chairs, rarely walking, their every need handled by robots. Entertainment, food, communication, all automated. Humans had grown complacent, disconnected from the world around them. Wall-E's mission became clear: to protect Eve and the plant. Eve was scheduled to store the plant in the detection lab, but when the lab opened her compartment, the plant was gone. Everyone assumed Eve had malfunctioned and sent her to repair. Wall-E followed, navigating through rooms full of malfunctioning robots. Some sneezing, some moving uncontrollably, others broken entirely. In the chaos, Wall-E accidentally freed many of the broken robots, creating a frenzy in the repair area. Together, Wall-E and Eve were now considered fugitives. Eve attempted to protect Wall-E by sending him to Earth in an escape pod, but he refused to leave her behind. During the escape, Otto's henchman placed the plant in the pod, triggering a countdown for self-destruction. Wall-E cleverly used a fire extinguisher to survive, saving the plant and ensuring Eve could recover it. Finally, they reunited with the plant and raced to deliver it to the captain. Otto, the ship's automated controller, tried to stop them. The captain realized that humans' true home was Earth and fought to regain control. In the final showdown, the captain disabled Otto, and the plant was placed into the detection system. The Axiom began its journey back to Earth. Upon arrival, humans stepped onto their planet for the first time in generations. The world had been cleansed, and life could begin anew. Wall-E had suffered extensive damage during the final battle, and Eve immediately repaired him with spare parts. However, the repairs erased his memory, leaving him unaware of Eve. Through patience, care, and the power of shared memories, the film Real, the plant, and their treasures, Eve was finally able to. The familiar spark returned. Wall-E recognized Eve once more. Their hands touched, and the connection that had crossed galaxies came back in an instant. With Wall-E restored, the story reached its heartwarming conclusion. Humans began rebuilding Earth. Robots helped plant crops, clear land, and restore nature. Small green shoots appeared across the landscape. For the first time in centuries, Earth had a future. Wall-E and Eve continued exploring together. No longer alone, Wall-E finally had a companion who understood him, and humanity, guided by a tiny plant and an unlikely robot, found its way home. Wall-E is more than a story about robots. It's a story about hope, responsibility, friendship, and love. It shows how even the smallest act can change the future. A single plant gave humanity a second chance, and one humble garbage robot helped an entire civilization remember where it belonged. When the world had given up, Wall-E kept going. When everyone else left, he stayed. And because he never stopped caring, Earth got a new beginning. The story ends there. But for Earth, the next chapter is only just beginning.